Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here with me today and I'm really excited to share this video with you. MelodieSusie reached out and asked me to collab with them and they offered to send me their new Selene S series nail drill / e-file, whatever you want to call it, and I was so excited to accept. So look at this packaging. This box is so sturdy and beautiful and it just really presents very nicely. So when you open up the box, you see that they provide you with a very lengthy and detailed instruction booklet. I have used e-files and nail drills for about 3 years now, so I'm pretty familiar with how they work, but I did just kind of, look over it a little bit. I have already opened this box just to kind of take out some of the extra packaging to make the unboxing a little easier. And I did plug it in to make sure it was fully charged so that I could use it. Now, as you can see, this e-file is really nicely designed. It has a nice screen on the front. It has a reverse switch so you can change the direction that your e-file is going. And this is the knob that turns the power on and controls the speed. And then that's where you plug in the handpiece. Now this e-file goes all the way up to 30 RPMs, which is great, but honestly, I have never used an e-file at that speed. I have never had any need to, but it's good to know that it has that kind of power and speed. Okay, let's take a look at what else comes with this e-file. So in this box is the handpiece. And the first thing that I noticed about this handpiece was that it felt a little bit bigger, like larger in size than my iGel e-file, but it felt lighter, which was interesting. So I couldn't wait to see how it functioned, like how it felt in my hand and all of that. Now, it's a really nice handpiece. It's very sleek. The locking mechanism is extremely easy to open and close, which will make switching out your bits really easy. I wouldn't say that there's anything extraordinary about it other than it's really lightweight, just from looking at it. So here I'm just showing you how you plug the handpiece into the main part of the e-file or the nail drill. And then we're going to get into what else comes with this e-file. There are some extras that come with this e-file when you order directly from MelodieSusie. So the first thing that I noticed when I opened was a bag chock-a-block full of these sanding bands. Now these you use with a mandrel bit, and these are, I think these are fine grit, which is great because that's what I usually use the most of when I'm using a sanding band, though I don't use them very often. Now this is the piece that holds your e-file hand piece, and it just clicks into the side just like that. It's very easy, nice. It keeps it all together, which is great because I use my liquid layers stand with my e-files, so I love that there's a sort of holster. You also get some bits, and this is great because honestly, to get started, these are the only bits you're going to need. So this is a carbide bit, and as you can see, it's a little bit rounded at the tip. So this is a safety bit, and I absolutely love that it comes with a carbide safety bit. And that it's not a big bulbous rounded edge like you see on a lot of safety bits, because that makes it really hard to kind of get near the cuticle area. This is a nice bit, and you get it. It's just part of the package. It's really nice. And then the other bit that comes with it is, this is a ceramic bit. Now this is not a safety bit, so this one you'll have to be a little bit more careful with. I don't use ceramic bits very often. Sometimes I'll use one for like removal if I'm like prepping to remove my dip powder or to remove my full coverage tips. So you get these two wonderful bits as part of the package. The safety bit, the carbide, is, I think it's a coarse grit, and the ceramic is a medium grit. So the other thing that you get, and this is great, these are some diamond bits. Now, I will tell you from experience that a lot of the diamond bits that you get with your e-files, that come with your e-files, are garbage. They're just crap. Honestly, they don't work well. But these diamond bits that came with the e-file are actually really good quality. These are bits that I would use for, say, prepping and doing like a dry prep before an application. That's the mandrel bit. That's what you put the sanding bands on. And you can see they included some coarse sanding bands. But I mean, again, I rarely use sanding bands, and I definitely don't use coarse ones very often. However, it's nice that they include them. So let's put one of these bits in, because I am going to show you how I would use these diamond bits to prep my nails. As you can see, I have removed all of my enhancements, and I am ready to prep for my next set. So this is okay, so I'm going to show you this. This bit, for some reason, the shaft is extremely short. So I have to kind of pull it out a little bit, and then while I'm holding it like in place, locking it in. And the other bits weren't like that. It was just this one flame bit for some reason was like that, but that's really not a big deal because the locking mechanism is really strong, so it holds it in place very nicely. So let's turn this baby on, and I'm going to let you hear how loud it is. Interestingly, it sounds louder in the video than it does in person. But even all the way up at 30 RPMs, it's not that loud. It's really not. And look, there's no vibration at all. This is as high as it goes. It's the highest speed possible, and my hand is steady. There's no shaking, there's no vibration at all. I love this. I honestly am so shook. So when I'm prepping my nails, I turn the e-file way down to like a 5 or 6 RPMs. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. But I'm using this tiny little flame bit. It's a little bit pointy, a little bit rounded. And I'm just going to take it and go around my cuticle. I am not applying any pressure at all. I'm letting the e-file do all of the work. And it is just taking up all of that invisible cuticle and dead skin that is on my nail bed, which will prevent lifting when I apply my enhancements. Now, I mentioned earlier that this handpiece felt slightly larger but lighter than the e-file that I've been using over the last, I'd say, 2 years or so. I have the iGel Beauty Model XS2, I believe it is. It's the purple one. If you're familiar with iGel Beauty's e-files, it's a really, really good quality e-file. It's lasted me. I've never had any issues with it. And it does a really good job. In comparison, I would say that this works just as well on a much lower price point. Because even with their 60% off sale, this was like 2 years ago when their 60% off sale was like going on for over a year or more. It was around the time of the pandemic. And I still paid over $100 for the Model XS. This e-file is currently on sale. It's even regular price, it's under $100. And I would say this works just as well. And I do love the fact that it is like there's no vibration whatsoever. My hand is completely steady the whole time that I'm using it. I mean, relatively speaking, if my hand is shaking, it's not because of the e-file. It's because I have shaky hands. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect. I was really excited to try this e-file, but I am extremely attached to my iGel Beauty e-file. I love it dearly, but honestly, this Selene e-file is amazing. And the price point is amazing too. I mean, honestly, you get all of this, and right now on the MelodieSusie website, it is $80. $80. And they gave me a discount code for all of you. So you're going to get it for 12% off if you use my code, which I will throw up here on the screen for you. But it is FNJ12. FNJ12. Fragilicious Nails by Jess 12. So it's FNJ. Get it? I thought that was kind of clever of them. I will also include my affiliate link in the description box, which will give you a direct link to this e-file if you are interested in checking it out. Now I am using the small diamond ball bit to kind of exfoliate the skin around my proximal fold. You know, everybody calls this the cuticle. Okay, that's kind of a general term. It's not really the cuticle. But I use the ball bit, and I love that it just gently kind of exfoliates any dead or hardened skin. And it's really gentle, and I love it. And this is a really good one. It works very, very well. So I'm going to finish doing that on both hands. I'll take a short break and I'll be right back. Hey there, I'm back. As you can see, I am now switching directions to do my other hand. Switching the direction of your e-file, like which direction the bit rotates in, is a pretty important function of an e-file, because depending on which hand of yours is dominant, like I'm right-handed, so when I switch to using my left hand, I want to switch the direction of the e-file so that the e-file works the same direction that I am. Does that make sense? So, you know, the direction that you pull the e-file, you want it to work with you, not against you. I hope that makes sense. But if you have any questions about that, or other questions about how to use an e-file, you know, or anything, just go ahead and leave a comment down below. I do want to say I am not a nail tech. I am a DIYer. I have been using e-files for, like I said, about 3 years now, but it is personal experience. I am not a trained professional. A lot of what I have learned, it's been by trial and error. I have made mistakes and I have learned from them. But now with that being said, I wanna say I have never used a MelodieSusie product before. This is my very first MelodieSusie product, and I will say I'm impressed. It is a quality e-file. It feels really well made. It works really nicely. Now, as far as how long it will last, I can't speak to that because I've only had it for a week or so, maybe. But so far, so good. And I am going to put it through its courses because I really want to see if it holds up. So I'm using just a little bit of isopropyl alcohol here to clean up all the dust and see where we're at, but I'm feeling pretty good about this prep and I'm ready for my next set. It's not going to happen right away, so I'm going to apply a little bit of cuticle oil, which is not something that I would do if I was ready to go right in and apply my full coverage tips or my dip powder or whatever I was going to do next. But since I'm not ready to do that yet, I'm just going to rehydrate, and that's it. I am all finished, and I am just really, really grateful to MelodieSusie for reaching out to me and sending this amazing e-file for me to try out, and I really look forward to collaborating with them again in the future. So to wrap things up, I will say that if you are looking for a relatively inexpensive but professional e-file, this is the way to go. I also want to mention it is available in black. If you don't like the pink, if you're not a pink girl, this e-file is available in black as well, and it comes with all the same goodies. Don't forget, you can use my affiliate discount code FNJ12, and the link is down below as well. So I thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll keep coming back. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you next time with a mani, I promise. Have a great week. Bye-bye now.